Bitcoin.
It's going up forever, Laura.
Yo! Welcome to Simply Bitcoin Live. We're your number one source for the peaceful Bitcoin revolution, code breaking news, culture, dramatic warfare. We will be your guide through the separation of money and state. El Salvador stays winning. Breaking tweet from Bloomberg. Quote, El Salvador President Nayib Bukele scared off Wall Street by embracing Bitcoin. 2 years later, the bond rally he's overseeing is proving too lucrative to resist. It's almost as if we told you so. It's almost as if Bitcoin's incentives stay winning. Do you remember what the IMF said? What happened when El Salvador embraced a Bitcoin standard? Remember what they said? It's going to cause financial mayhem. It was going to be horrible for the people of El Salvador. Boy, oh boy, were they proven wrong. And remember what the IMF did in Argentina? They gave Argentina a bailout, but part of the conditions of the bailout was that the Argentine government had to de-incentivize the adoption of Bitcoin in the country. So it looks like El Salvador, who didn't listen to the IMF, is prospering. And it looks like Argentina, the government of Argentina, better said, who did listen to the IMF, is not doing so hot with that 100+% inflation. It's almost as if the IMF is not doing good by these countries. Maybe. Anyways, I want to bring up my legendary co-host, always optimistic. How you doing, Opti?
I'm good, dude. You're cracking me up. That was good. I'm doing wonderful, man. As Roman said in the chat, it seems like ramen is on the menu tonight. We haven't got to the numbers yet, but it looks like we got a dip. So hey guys, now might be the time to be stacking. Who knows how much lower it goes, but man, it's so fun being a Bitcoiner. These are the days that you live for. You know, your blood pressure goes up. You realize, oh wait, what can I sell today so that I stack more sats? Obviously, I literally have nothing left in my house because you already know I'm a Bitcoiner and we are all in. Anyways, yeah, interesting stuff, man. I saw this news when this come out, like I think it was Wednesday morning, and I was like, all right, I know I'm doing the show live today and Nico's out, so we're gonna postpone this news so that we can get a Nico Jones rant on this, but I'm excited to get into this one, Nico. This is going to be a good one.
It's going to be good. What are we going to cover during the culture, my
friend? Yeah, and the culture, I'm just going to double down. I probably said this so many times on the show, but people still seem to want to complicate things in regards to what's the best Bitcoin strategy. And, you know, I'm going to just do a little Opti soapbox today. So, hey, you know, forgive me beforehand. You already know what's coming. But I want to simplify things for people. And I have a few friends' tweets here that were going to help me illustrate and elaborate on this point, because we're all coming to the same conclusion, guys. You know, stay humble, stack sats, stay solvent. This is the way. It's so simple, but people like to complicate things because, you know, in the fiat world that we live in, complex solutions seem to be everyone's favorite thing to be doing. And it's very simple, guys. Simplify your life and your life will improve. And that's what we're all here to do, is improve our lives moving forward and live a better life. And Bitcoin allows this for us. So I'm going to do one of those things.
100%. Guys, Simply Bitcoin goes live Monday through Friday at 12:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you don't find us on YouTube, you can find us on alternative video platforms like Twitter and Rumble. So shout out to our Rumble audience, which I know has been growing as of late. And if you are listening to us on YouTube, please smash the like button. Helps push the orange signal forward. Help us break 100 likes within the first hour.
Dude, I think we've done that for like 3 weeks now.
I know. Help us maintain the streak. So smash that like button.
Let's get to 200. Have we broke 200 yet?
That's a lofty goal. I like that though. Anyways, guys, no more delay. Let's jump straight into the show. We have a lot to talk about today. Let's check it out.
The Bitcoin numbers.
Is your Bitcoin in cold storage really secure? Is your seed phrase really secure? Stamp Seed's do-it-yourself kit has everything you need to hammer your seed words into commercial-grade titanium plates instead of just writing them on paper. Don't store your generational wealth on paper. paper is prone to water damage, fire damage. You want to put your generational wealth on one of the strongest metals on planet Earth, titanium. Your words are actually stamped into this metal plate with this hammer and these letter stamps. And once your words are in, they aren't going anywhere. No risk of the plate breaking apart and pieces falling everywhere. Titanium stamped seeds will survive nearly triple the heat produced by a house fire. They're also crush-proof, waterproof, non-corrosive, and time-proof. All things that paper is not, allowing you to hodl your Bitcoin with peace of mind for the long haul. Stamp your seed on Stampseed. All right, everybody. You don't want to put yourself in a position where you have to explain to your grandchildren why you lost your generational wealth. That's exactly why you should secure your Bitcoin wallet backup seed words on one of the strongest metals on planet Earth, titanium. Scan the QR code on your screen right now. It will take you directly to the Stampseed website, and you could use promo code SIMPLY to get a 15% discount, anything on their website. At the time of recording, the Bitcoin price is $27,775. Sats per dollar, 3,600. Block height, 803,645. Blocks to halving, 36,355. Halving estimate, April 20th, 2024. Total Lightning Network capacity, 4,661 Bitcoin. Capacity value, 129 million US dollars. Realized monetary inflation continuing to take fiat currencies to absolute school, 1.76%. Market capitalization, $540 billion. Bitcoin versus gold market cap, 4.24%. And that number will continue to rise because Bitcoin has absolute scarcity and nothing in the world does, including gold, believe it or not. Anyways, I want to talk about this. So it's interesting. The song went viral. And it's Richmond, north of Richmond, and we're actually going to talk about that today. And if you take a look at the Wikipedia article, it says that some of the, and again, I'm not going to touch on any of the culture or political issues, but this is a Bitcoin show after all, so I'm going to talk about inflation, right? And also high taxes, not from the direct taxation, but from the hidden tax of inflation, right? And they say the song's lyrics around common right-wing talking points such as inflation. Like, you guys know the deal here at Simply Bitcoin. We don't lean left, we don't lean right. Bitcoin is inherently apolitical. We played you a video of Andreas Antonopoulos, and he was making the case as to why that is. I just find it interesting how, and this is exactly why we stay from politics, by the way. Because I believe that fiat governments really have this divide and conquer strategy, where they pit the political left against the political right, and whichever party's in power, the other party that's not in power blames all of everyone's economic hardships on the party who's in power, and then it's like this kind of revolving door. But regardless of what party's in power, the issue remains the same. They print a lot of money, and that devalues everyone's money who's holding that money. And it affects the lower and middle classes disproportionately because they don't have the means to save in assets. Therefore, when they print money and the value of those assets rise, the lower and middle classes don't benefit from that. That's why you hear the same thing over and over again. The rich get richer, the poor get poorer. That's not because capitalism is broken, the free market is broken. That is literally because the money is a wealth redistribution mechanism. So again, like this is like smoke and mirrors. Like, it's like, don't pay attention to inflation. That's a right-wing talking point. Forget about it. And that's not only Simply Bitcoin saying this. We have Walker America, who's part of the crypto couple, very talented content creators. And he goes on to say, if you truly believe inflation is a right-wing talking point, you might want to ask yourself why the other political party is not concerned with these things, right? And I disagree with that in a sense, because I think that regardless of what side of the aisle you are in, I think it really matters to you if your money is devaluing, like if your purchasing power is decreasing. I don't think that is that is I don't think that goes with a certain ideology or political belief. I truly believe that this is just a divide and conquer type of strategy. And honestly, this song really hit a nerve with people. And the reason it really hit a nerve with people is because, and the only reason it really hit a nerve with people, the only reason things go viral, whether it's a tweet or whether it's a meme, is because it resonates with other people. People are thinking something very similar, and the piece of content that you made, whether that's a piece of music, whether that's a meme, whether that's text like a tweet, or a post now that it's x.com. The only reason it performs well is because it's resonating with other people. People are feeling that emotion. People are understanding that. And this is a song that really resonated with me. And I'm sure that it resonated with a lot of you guys. I actually want to play the first minute of the song so we can kind of react to it and take a look at the wording. And also remember what I said about the lower and middle classes and how inflation, right, is really, really hurting them the most. Inflation is theft. Inflation is the hidden tax. And it affects everybody, whether you lean ideologically to the left or you lean ideologically to the right. It's a bipartisan issue. And the last thing that we want to happen as Bitcoiners is it for it to become a partisan issue, because it's not, right? Anyways, so let's check out this song and then we'll talk about it.
I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay, so I can sit out here and waste my life away, drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is living in the new world with an whole soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do, 'cause your dollar ain't shit and it's taxed to no end, 'cause the rich men know the rich men.
Awesome, man. It is an incredibly powerful
Vibes.
song, incredibly powerful song. And let's take a look at Google Maps. Let's take a look at what is north of Richmond, Virginia. And if we scroll up, it is the city of Washington, D.C. And he's talking about control. He's talking about the dollar ain't shit. And let's take a look at what the fuck happened in 1971, right? And this is what it all comes down to, right? The lower and middle classes were disproportionately affected once we went off the gold standard. The productivity, the amount of work that people are putting in continues to go higher, but the compensation, the amount of money that people are paid for that work, has remained relatively stagnant. Wages have not increased really since the 1970s. People see this with the cost of living, housing costs. People can't afford it. Even the middle class, you're outpriced out of everything. And that is literally due to broken money. So don't fall for the divide and conquer mechanism, right? Which I believe that's what it is when you start labeling things left wing or right wing. Focus on the issue at hand. It is not left versus right. It is not red versus blue. It is the party of orange, the party of peace, prosperity, and freedom, which is a party of Bitcoin, versus the party of government money, the party of green, the party of slavery, the party of poverty, the party of central bank digital currencies, the party of fiat money, right? That is the battle at hand, right? And this is a metaphorical battle. This is a peaceful revolution. It is not a left and right issue. I can't emphasize that enough. Don't get distracted. Don't get lost in the sauce. Keep your eye on the target. But yeah, man, that song went absolutely viral. When I saw it on YouTube for the first time, it had 3.6 million views, has over 15 million views in less than 7 days. And the reason for that is what I said earlier. It's resonating with people. It's striking a chord with people. People are feeling that pain. People are going through this, and they're correctly identifying the problem. They're saying, wait a second, why are the suburbs in Washington, D.C., which is not a city that is economically productive, right? It's a government hub. Why are they as wealthy as they are? Why is the government want to control my life? Why do they want me using central bank digital currencies? Why are they trying to censor certain types of speech? That completely goes outside of the role of government, in my opinion, right? And I believe that what is the root cause of this, ever-growing government? What is the root cause of the endless wars? What is the root cause of this endless censorship? Well, what is the funding? The funding is the money printer. Without the money printer, they can't fund all of this stuff. The US government spends $1 trillion more than it collects in tax revenue year after year, even though it collects more tax revenue year after year. How are they able to afford all of this spending? They have a money printer. And no human being should have the godly power to be able to print money for free that another human being has to spend time and effort to work for. So as a Bitcoiner, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I refuse to work for a money that another man can create for free. And if that man says that they're part of the government, I don't care. No one fucking deserves that privilege. And in Bitcoin, no one has that privilege. If you want to make more Bitcoin, you have to buy it, you have to earn it, or you have to mine it, just like everybody else. The most equal, equitable money the world has ever seen. That is what we're asking for. That is what we're fighting for. Don't get distracted by the politics. Keep your eye on the ball, and that's how we're going to win. Anyways, Opti, what's your take on this, brother?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, it's absolutely incredible that the framing is inflation is a far right thing. Like, inflation hurts all of us normal people. Inflation is equally stealing from every single person out there, unless you are close to the money printer, i.e. the Cantillon effect. If you don't know, now you know, go look up what that is. But basically, those closest to the money printer are the ones that are able to improve their lot in life. And while us average people have to wait to get that money gets to devalued in the process. This is what's going on right now. But again, it's absolutely amazing and nefarious, the framing of inflation becoming a partisan issue. It's like, again, inflation hurts us all. It's stealing from all of us equally, unless you are getting that money up front. But, I guess this is where we are in the story right now, is the corporate press is doing whatever kind of cover they can to not point at the problem that they printed trillions of dollars since 2020. And, we can, I'm not to get too conspiratorial, but we all know who's behind Wikipedia. So obviously I'm not surprised that this is coming from Wikipedia in the first place. But on a different point, I don't know if you saw these videos, Nico, maybe we'll play them on Numbers tomorrow, but there is some music on it. Have you guys seen the TikTok videos going around lately from basically all walks of life, where they're all complaining about the fact that their purchasing power is getting dwindled right now? And if you watch that video, it's literally people from every corner, from every race, from every gender, and everyone is feeling the same thing. This is not a one-side issue. Every one of us that is an average person of average means is starting to feel the pain because of inflation. And it's absolutely disgusting that people are trying to frame this as it's a one side versus the other side. What do we always say? It's not left versus right. It's orange versus green. And it's really incredible that there has been such a vicious reaction to this song. Of course, as we always say, memes are powerful because they have truth behind it. And of course, music is nothing but memes set in motion via frequencies and sound. So absolutely love to see this. And you guys know me. Like, I think I've been saying this for a while on the show. I am a huge fan of Three Chords and the Truth. That's my favorite music. I think folk music is awesome. It has a way since, I don't know, the dawn of time, basically, to spread the message. And I think that it's awesome to see that there's still some musicians out there that are doing what I think music has the power to do, which is put truth with vibrations, with sounds, with melody, and spreading the truth that people can easily digest. There's something to music that it puts you in a trance, and then when you put truth on top of it, it seeps into your psyche, and it's one of the best ways to propagate memes. So it's awesome to see that this guy, I think what's his name? Oliver Anthony. I think I called him a different name during the week just because I have a bad memory. But it's really awesome to see that this message can go viral. And I think it kind of goes into the idea that there's more of us out there that are feeling the same thing, that are seeing and hearing the same thing. And we're all kind of waking up to this notion of what is going on. This is absolutely ridiculous. How come we're in this position? And I think that's the first step, is asking these questions. It's realizing that something is wrong. Again, I say it all the time. Most people know what the problem is, but few people know what the solution is. And obviously, as a Bitcoiner, we know the meme, fix the money, fix the world. So it'd be awesome if this guy, Oliver Anthony, becomes a Bitcoiner, or whether he's already a Bitcoiner. I know I saw a lot of Bitcoiners on Twitter trying to orange pill him. So hopefully he can get to the problem, get to the solution, because it does start on a grassroots level. And as we can see, the reaction from him going viral, that more people are feeling the same thing. Everyone is waking up to the same idea that you are holding melting ice cubes if you are saving in dollars. And there needs to be a solution. And we have the solution. It is Bitcoin. But on another point, it's absolutely awesome to see this song as a timepiece, like capturing the zeitgeist of the moment and the feeling that everyone is feeling right now, and just how crazy the world has got. It makes me hopeful. I love 3 Chords and the Truth. That hits me in the soul. Like, even when I heard it today, I'm so glad we covered it. I got like shivers and chills and the goosebumps. It's just such a great song. So shouts out to him, and shouts out to propagating the memes and spreading the message that inflation is stealing from all of us, guys. This is the fundamental problem in the world right now. What's Fosso, he said? It's 11th grade math, and they have to continue to print. Well, the more they print money, the broker you will get. This is as simple as it gets. That's the point of Keynesian economics, is to complicate the matter. And the matter is very simple. As you expand the money supply, people holding that money get poorer. This is the simple economics of this. Don't let them confuse you. Don't let them make this into a partisan issue. We are all affected by the fact that our money is becoming worthless, and you need to find a solution. And that solution for us is obviously simply Bitcoin. You need to hold some Bitcoin, because this is the only way to protect yourself right now.
Amen to that, brother. Amen to that. They don't call you Saint Opti for no reason. Anyways, everybody, I want to tell you about the largest Bitcoin conference on the face of the earth, Bitcoin 2024. It's coming up. It's going to be in Nashville, Tennessee. You don't want to miss it. You can use promo code SIMPLY to get a large percent. It's 10% off your tickets to Bitcoin 2024. It's going to be July 25th through the 27th, 2024. GA ticket is for $349. An industry pass is for $849. A whale pass is for $4,749. If you're trying to get a job in the industry, I recommend the industry pass for $849. And like I said, if you use promo code SIMPLY, you'll get a bigger discount than the already discounted rates. You want to get your tickets quickly before the prices go up. Definitely don't want to miss Bitcoin 2024 in Nashville, Tennessee. Anyways, everybody, let's get to the news.
The Daily News.
All right, guys, I want to tell you about Bitcoin evangelism. The great Tatum Turnup once said, Bitcoin evangelism is like the Bitcoin standard and Bitcoin for dummies had a baby. Have you ever struggled to answer your skeptical no-coiner friends' objections? Or maybe you answered it perfectly, but they just didn't understand what you said. Bitcoin evangelism will equip you with an arsenal of simple illustrations to help articulate the tenets of Bitcoin to anyone. Bitcoin boomer? Check. Aunt Edna, who is worried about Bitcoin being the currency of the Antichrist? Check. Annoying dude from work that rubs it in your face anytime the price of Bitcoin is down, like today? Check. What about your crypto friends? Bitcoin Evangelism is the most comprehensive Bitcoin-only book for the entire altcoin casino that will reverse the effects of the crypto brown pill and help more people see a bright orange future. You can scan the QR code on your screen right now. It will take you directly to Amazon, where you can get yourself a copy of Bitcoin Evangelism. Anyways, today's one of those days that we could say, I told you so. Well, I didn't say it. President Nayib Bukele of El Salvador said, I told you so. And what is he referring to? Well, he didn't really just say, I told you so. He said, I really, really want to say I told you so. Well, here at Simply Bitcoin, we will say, we told you so. But anyways, what was Nayib Bukele referring to? He was referring to this tweet by Bloomberg that said, El Salvador President Nayib Bukele scared off Wall Street by embracing Bitcoin. 2 years later, the bond rally he's overseeing is proving too lucrative to resist. It's almost as if countries that adopt a Bitcoin standard start feeling the same effects as people who start adopting a Bitcoin standard. And don't tell me that it's a coincidence. Like, there's no way this is a coincidence. And remember, like, don't bury your head in the sand. Remember what the IMF said. The IMF said it twice, right? They said it the first time. They said this is going to be terrible for the country. And then earlier on this year, when they no longer could keep that narrative, they kind of had to change tune a little bit. This was February 11, 2023. And this came out today. Bitcoin-Touting Bukele's bond rally draws JPMorgan and Eaton Vance. So before we get to that article, I just want to read you this Barron's article. Let's get some of the IMF's takes. Anyways, it goes on to say the International Monetary Fund has warned El Salvador, the only country to adopt Bitcoin as legal currency, against the risks involved in expanding its reliance on the cryptocurrency. The warning came in a report Friday that followed an expert's mission to the Central American country. I just want to highlight that word, experts, right? It's after the experts came, they warned it. Okay, let's see what those experts are also doing. Let's take a look at Argentina. There's a CoinDesk article that we refer to a lot to rub it in the IMF's face. Argentine Congress approves IMF deal that would discourage crypto use. Well, Argentina took that debt deal, and Argentina is currently enduring 115% inflation. And the country that did not listen to the IMF, in fact, it said, fuck you to the IMF. Let's take a look at this headline. Bitcoin-Touting Bukele's bond rally draws JPMorgan and Eaton Vance. It's almost as if the IMF was wrong. And that expert made himself look like a fucking fool. Maybe because he was a Keynesian. Maybe because he's a Keynesian. I don't know. But I don't know what other conclusion you can come up with. I mean, at this point, if you guys want more information about this topic, I really recommend reading Alex Gladstein's book. Hidden Repression is great. It really dives deep into that. There's also another book that I saw in the chat someone mentioned, Confessions of an Economic Hitman. Is the IMF really, really looking out for these countries' best interests? That is my question to you. And if the answer is no, then why the fuck should we care what the IMF has to say? I don't know. This is just a thought. So it goes on to say, it found that the Salvadorian growth has been robust last year, but that vulnerabilities, including the linkage to Bitcoin, remain. El Salvador in September 2021 adopted Bitcoin as legal currency alongside the US dollar. Tech-savvy President Nayib Bukele advocated the move as a way to bring more Salvadorians, many of them lacking bank accounts, into the formal economy. But the IMF and World Bank warned that doing so could leave the country more vulnerable to money laundering and other illicit activity that could affect underlying stability. And then they go on to say, while risks have not materialized due to the limited Bitcoin use so far, so it's not like anything, no, it's because they haven't materialized because it's limited Bitcoin use, right? But if there is a lot of Bitcoin use, they're going to materialize. We promise you. It's not like we've been wrong about anything before. Quote, new legislative reforms to encourage the use of crypto assets. It goes on to say, quote, given the legal risks, fiscal fragility, and largely speculative nature of crypto markets, the authorities should reconsider their plans to expand government exposures to Bitcoin. February 11th, 2023. So let's move on to this next article. Bloomberg dropped 2 days ago. Bitcoin-Touting Bukele's bond rally draws JPMorgan and Eaton Vance. Goes on to say, El Salvador's President Nayib Bukele scared off many on Wall Street by embracing Bitcoin. 2 years later, the bond rally he's overseeing is proving too lucrative to resist. That is not Simply Bitcoin saying that. That is Bloomberg saying that. But Simply Bitcoin will say, we told you so. Anyways, goes on to say, eye-popping 70% returns, the best among dollar bonds from emerging markets this year. Remember Michael Saylor's Bitcoin strategy? How he's outperforming the S&P also while he adopted a Bitcoin strategy? Maybe that's a coincidence also. Anyways, goes on to say the best among dollar bonds from emerging markets this year are attracting investors who were once cautious and avoiding the securities altogether. JPMorgan Chase & Co., Eaton Vance, PGIM Fixed Income are among those who have recommended or bought the debt, betting it will continue climbing. Quote, although we missed a significant share of the rally, maybe because of something the IMF said, that's Nico saying that, we still think there's value across El Salvador's curve. JP Morgan research strategy, Ben Ramsey. Quote, there's room for this credit to keep outperforming. The optimism demonstrates how Bukele has gained acceptance from both money managers and his peers in Latin America after many have dismissed him as an anti-establishment maverick. His hardline stance on gangs, which have dramatically cut crime in the country, is influencing politics throughout the region. And his commitment to paying bondholders is making him a favorite among emerging market investors. You know, after they say this, I kind of saw very similar things happening in Argentina. Maybe the guy did say some kooky things here and there, but if you pay attention to his economic policies, they kind of sound very similar. Central banks, kind of a scam. Bitcoin good. And remember what the mainstream media is labeling him too. They're saying he's a kook, just like they did to El Salvador 2 years ago. I don't even know why we call it mainstream media anymore. Corporate media, better said. Goes on to say, while concerns remain over alleged human rights abuses and his obsession with Bitcoin, which he adopted as an official currency in 2021, Bukele has assuaged the bond market's worst fears by engineering 2 debt buybacks, hiring a former IMF veteran as an advisor, and repaying $800 million worth of bonds. The extra yield investors demand to hold Salvadorian sovereign bonds over similar U.S. treasuries has more than halved in the past 10 years. Notes maturing in 2035 and thereafter are trading below the 10 percentage point threshold to be considered distressed. The country's bond performance compares to a 6.6% average return across an index of developing countries. Quote, the story continues to be positive on the fiscal accounts, and Bukele has continued to be very consistent in signaling to bondholders that he's serious about paying the debts. Besides JPMorgan, Eaton Vance, and PGIM, Lord Abbett & Co. LLC, Nuremberg Berman Group, and UBS have added the debt since April, according to data compiled by Bloomberg. Quote, El Salvador has benefited from proactive and prudent management of its balance sheet, including a debt buyback during the second half of 2022 and material pension reform. Quote, the policy mix was a lot more favorable, and it implied that the debt defaults in the coming months and possibly years are not as high as what was priced into the market. Still, for some investors, El Salvador remains a high-risk trade, especially starting in 2027 when the nation faces a large maturity wall. The government doesn't have much freedom in its financing plan and may have difficulty navigating its market turns more negative on risk assets. Notes maturing in 2027, 2029, and 2032 are still trading at distressed levels. And I would say, for how long? And I say for how long because, I don't know, man. They counted El Salvador out 2 years ago when they made Bitcoin legal tender. And, you know, they recently made Saifedean Ammous an economic advisor, and he's an Austrian economist. And maybe these Austrian economists' theories are kind of good, maybe, you know, maybe. I don't know. I'm just a talking head, Bitcoin YouTuber / Rumbler / tweeter, but I think it's just common sense, bro. And you know what's really gonna suck for these people, and for the legacy media and the corporate media, is when other countries start following, and they start getting similar results. And at that point, how are you gonna brush that shit under the rug? At that point, the gig's up. And this is precisely the reason why the media is so hell-bent on attacking El Salvador. This is precisely why the media was so hell-bent on attacking Argentina and attacking this guy, Javier Milei, who won the presidential primary candidacy by over 11 points. Like, you want to know why? Like, this is why. Right. So this is crazy, dude. This is crazy, but at the same time, like, we predicted this a couple years ago, months ago when this happened. Just because we're Bitcoiners, like, all of this stuff is not that crazy. Like, isn't it nuts what happens to a society in a country when they adopt sound money, and then the base layer of society is actually based on truth and not based on lies, like fiat? Isn't it crazy that things start to improve, like, literally across all of society, whether that's crime, whether that's business, whether that's prosperity? Isn't that nuts? Isn't that crazy? Man, I can't wait. The cope from these people a couple years from now when other countries follow suit. It's going to be great. Keep it coming. We'll have stuff to talk about. Maybe we'll have popcorn ready for the next one. But, like, dude, like, Bitcoin stays winning. El Salvador stays winning. Nayib Bukele 2024. I think this is literally what governments are for. Like, that this is what they're for. And, anyways. Whew. Abdi, what's your take on this, bro?
Well, first, you kind of triggered an idea in me. Like, the cope's going to be dangerous, probably. There's going to be, like, a very visceral reaction to seeing countries like El Salvador succeed, seeing Bitcoiners succeed, and they're going to call us lucky. They're going to be extremely mad at just the fact that you made correct economic decisions. But that's a totally other tangent. I'm sure we'll be covering this on the show constantly moving forward. But to the end of your rant, Austrian economists just keep winning. Like, let's go. It's so simple. Keynesianism is almost it's almost like it's broken, guys. Like, what's going on here? It's almost like it doesn't really work in the real world. But anyways, that's a totally other tangent. But you love to see the response to El Salvador. First, they hate on you, and then they start to embrace you. It just goes to show that Bitcoin's incentives will force everyone to bend the knee because, hey, everyone is greedy. Like, greed is good. Bitcoin's incentives align for the betterment of humanity, and people like to see number go up, whether that is on a country level, a corporate level, or an individual level. And again, we've all pretty much came here for number go up, came for the money, but stayed to fix the money, as the meme goes. And it's just very, very exciting to see so many people start to catch that Bitcoin bug. And then they're going to slowly but surely become Bitcoiners because of the economic incentives and aligning with Bitcoin. What's the Satoshi quote? Like, you're better off to align with Bitcoin than to fight Bitcoin. And we're starting to see that, we've seen this happen obviously on an individual level, but we're starting to see this happen on a nation state level, on a corporate level. And it just goes to show that Bitcoin incentives, the Bitcoin economics, the Austrian economics angle is working, and it's going to continue to work. And then, of course, like, I'm I might go a little harder. I might double down here, Nico. So you can walk me off the ledge if you need to. But the IMF is the enemy. Like, it's the wolf in the hen house. You know, they say they're here to protect you. They say they're here to help you. But again, this is a metaphor, guys. Metaphorically speaking, it's akin to the mafia. Like, here's some money, now I own you. We see this happen constantly in South American countries, actually all around the world. Again, they mentioned Confessions of an Economic Hitman. Definitely go read this, guys. This is not surprising at all. The game has been exposed for a long time, but it's awesome to see that there's alternatives. And kudos to Bukele, and just love to see El Salvador rub the skeptic's face in the receipts. And again, greed is good, and people are inherently self-interested. And if you are holding melting ice cubes, you are going to look for alternatives. And hey, look, apparently the El Salvador bond is starting to look very, very good to people on Wall Street. And you just love to see it. So it's going to be very interesting to see how well this strategy does moving forward. Obviously, it's been, 2 years, if that, maybe 1 year or so like that. So it's going to be very, very cool to see this play out and have more time under its belt. And then it will be even more irrefutable. So obviously, the IMF is going to have a knee-jerk reaction because they don't want this strategy to spread out to other South American countries, because then they lose their control and their influence on all these countries that are in debt. And of course, we know that the same board members of the IMF also probably, wink, wink, own the corporate press. So hence why they're kind of doing this cover. They're doing this like, oh, this is amazing. What's going on here? I thought this was going to blow up. And remember, I think you even covered it right now, how El Salvador was so risky a couple of months ago. Yesterday, 3 days ago, the El Salvador was risky. And now they're like, wait, maybe I might want to get some just in case. But it's almost like there's an alternative strategy here, guys. It's almost like adding massive debt to your country's balance sheet doesn't work and doesn't actually make you richer. Things that make you say, I wonder what's going on here. Maybe holding hard money is the way moving forward for every country that actually wants to prosper. Or I don't know, maybe I'm just so far down the rabbit hole, I'm seeing things.
That's a crazy concept.
It's so crazy.
It's such a crazy concept. I want to read this comment by Elaine. While America stops arresting criminals and our cities devolve into chaos, Bukele does the opposite, and life is beautiful in El Salvador. Go figure. It's so much deeper than that, because like, think about like, just like I'm gonna get a little bit deep here, but let's
go
do
off,
it.
Nico Jones.
It's the Thursday show. So like, okay, so the whole system is based on theft. So does it really surprise you that you have the normalization of theft, right? So it's like, if you see a bunch of people just going into stores, looting everything, and people are just okay with that, the people at the very top are benefiting from theft, like the most blatant theft right up in your face. But of course, they don't teach this in school.
By design.
And you could say that, right? And like, what is this theft that I'm talking about? Because everyone like say theft, it's like, no, they're coming to their door and they're just taking your shit and they're stealing from you. No, it's inflation. It's literally inflation. That is the theft, right? So if we've normalized theft in a society, it starts to trickle down to the very, very bottom. That's what's happening, right? The whole society, and like, again, like it's always treated and talked about as if this were normal. No, this has been a 52-year fiat experiment. But on a historical time scale, this has happened before. This happened to the Romans, right? This happened to if you read the book The Creature from Jekyll Island, it brings up the example of how this happened in early America as well, right? This is a story as old as time. The state, the sovereign, starts debasing the currency. And then there are societal effects to that. And it all kind of boils down to like the very, very beginning thing that I said, right? There's a group of people that have this crazy privilege of being able to create money for free that everyone else has to work for. That's it. And I know what a lot of people are going to say. It's like, no, there's not like a politician that will literally like, like get that money directly into their bank account. Like, no, but they'll give sweet deals to their friends, right? And then those sweet deals will cost a lot more than the actual cost, right? Like, why is it that some politicians are worth tens of millions of dollars and, they've been living off a so-called government salary? Like, how is that possible? I told you, it's literally the money printer. You fix the money, you fix the world, you fix a lot of these issues. And I believe that El Salvador is prospering right now. And most importantly, I know we're over the target because of the legacy corporate media's reaction to El Salvador prospering and winning. That is because they've literally fixed an issue. They've made the base layer sound, right? This is what sound money is all about. So it's like, it's not an over exaggeration, fix the money, fix the world. And then another thing, right? Because some people are just going to be like, Nico, like, I don't give a shit. I got PayPal. I make enough money. I got Netflix. I got Venmo. I got Cash App. I got all these things. I'm very fucking comfortable. Well, soon you're going to have to pick and choose between a central bank digital currency future and a Bitcoin future. I know it's a little bit obfuscated right now, but like, that's the future we're heading into. So you're going to have to choose as an individual what future you want to live in and what future you want your children to live in. So anyways, shout out to El Salvador. I suspect they're going to keep winning because I know what Bitcoin's done to my life. I know what Bitcoin's done to my friends, the people around me. Look at what Bitcoin has done to MicroStrategy. Look what Bitcoin has done to El Salvador. Do you think that's all a coincidence? No. We're all living on a deflationary currency, meaning our purchasing power increases over time, while everyone else is living on an inflationary currency, meaning their purchasing power continues to decrease over time. What do you think is a better way, like worldview and a better way to live? It's just common sense, man. And of course, anybody who's attacking this, you have to ask, like, why are they attacking this? Well, they obviously benefit from that money printer. They're quintillionaires. That's what the fuck is going on. Anyways, it's just common sense, but what do I know? We're just some humble Bitcoin YouTuber rumblers / Twitters. I don't know. Maybe we're seeing things that are not there. But let's see what happens in a couple years. I suspect I suspect we might be saying we told you so again. Anyways, time for the culture.
We're gonna stay humble, Nico.
We're gonna stay humble. But dude, it's hard to stay humble when they're just like, you're wrong. You're crazy extremists. Like, you're pieces of shit. You're anti-laundering, money laundering, terrorism, like all that shit. It's hard to stay humble.
Wait. They want a mic drop. Best I can do is some horns.
All right, everybody. Time for the culture.
The Daily Culture.
Brought to you by SwanBitcoin.com. Swan is the best way to build your Bitcoin stack with automated Bitcoin savings plans and instant purchases, serving clients of any size from $10 to $10 million. We love Swan because they incentivize self-custody and dollar cost averaging. What are you waiting for? Visit SwanBitcoin.com today. All right, everybody, I want to tell you about the largest Bitcoin celebration on the West Coast, Pacific Bitcoin Festival. It's October 5th through the 6th in Los Angeles, California. Current speakers include Jimmy Song, Lynn Alden, Greg Foss, Alex Gladstein, Corey Clipston, Preston Pish, Stacy Herbert, Max Kaiser, Stefan Livera, and many, many more to be announced. Opti and I are going to be there. You definitely don't want to miss this Bitcoin celebration. You can use the promo code SIMPLY to get 21% off your tickets to the Pacific Bitcoin Festival. Anyways, Opti, what are we talking about today, brother?
Hold on. How's this comment? Nico, where's your tinfoil hat?
I guess so, dude. Like,
we're going to make one. I'm going to make one live on the show, dude.
I'm so jaded at this point, bro, that it's like, it's super frustrating, bro. You don't understand. Like, so we cover this shit on a daily basis, right? Hold on, Opti, make me full screen. We cover this shit on a daily basis, right? And they've been calling us crazy almost on a daily basis for like 2 years. So like when they get proven wrong, like over and over and over and over and over again, and then this time, like it's so fucking apparent. IMF is like, Argentina, here's this bailout. It's gonna save your problems. Nothing happens. Argentina hyperinflation. And then IMF is like, we are sending in the experts, ladies and gentlemen. And El Salvador, it's unstable because they're adopting a Bitcoin standard. Like, and then the exact fucking opposite of what they say their so-called experts happens. You know, forgive me for, you know, not being a little fucking I told you so. Because, dude, it's just ridiculous at this point. Like, who are these experts? I bet you they get paid a fuck ton of money too to be experts. Like, it's just so crazy.
Wait, Nico, how's this comment? You being right and you being crazy are two separate issues. All right, guys. Well, again, Nico and I kind of don't really coordinate on our segments, but usually we're in synchronization with it. And I think today's message is the same thing of we've been called crazy for so long. And in reality, it's the fiat system that is crazy. And I brought a few tweets from some friends, and I want to simplify this for the person out there that maybe is on the fence, maybe doesn't understand what we're trying to do here. And it's really simple things that even I'm pretty sure my mom was telling me when I grew up. And I have a Nostr tweet here or post here that I could have swore my mom told me when I was a child. Anyways, let me get into this. So first tweet is by Eric Cason. Absolutely love Eric Cason. One of my favorite Bitcoiners. He does some of the best cosmic Bitcoin rants, period. And he tweeted, Bitcoin is the triumphant return of truth to economics. In the nihilistic world where lies, guile, and deception rule all, Bitcoin unapologetically exposes and deposes of the false value of fiat for the whole world to bear witness to. It cannot be stopped and will destroy fiat. Is that not what we just covered in the news segment? Again, couldn't have picked a better tweet to follow that up. And then, of course, shouts out to our boy RDBTC. And he goes, in a world full of lies, Bitcoin is the truth. And what's this all have to do with this? Because I really want to angle this back to what should you be doing out there as an individual? And I actually had a conversation with one of my friends last night, also a Bitcoiner, and we kind of did the same thing where Nico and I just did. It's like, wait, are we taking crazy pills? Like, we are looking out in the world, and what is there to do for the average person? Like, what is there possibly to do? Is it to continue to expose the darkness, or is it just to live a good life, do what you can, as the saying goes, you know, build a parallel system outside of the normal system. And this is the only way, the roundabout way to succeed in life. And it got me thinking. And again, this is kind of going back to the zeitgeist of the moment right now of the average person is feeling the pain right now. I don't know if you've noticed, but if you go to the grocery store, I'm like, it feels like I'm going crazy because a couple of weeks ago, it seemed like the ribeyes I was buying was half the price, and now I can't even buy a ribeye because it's like, man, do I really want to spend $30 on a pound of ribeye right now? Like, this is crazy. Like, what's going on? And even as a Bitcoiner, you go to the market, you go to the grocery store, you look at the things that you buy, and of course, we know that inflation is a problem, but you don't, like, day to day, you're the frog in boiling water, and you don't realize that the prices are increasing slowly but surely. And the average person out there doesn't know what inflation is. They don't understand the money mechanics of what is happening right now and why they are becoming poorer. And people don't have savings out there, which in my opinion is absolutely insane. And the majority of people are living paycheck to paycheck, which blows my mind. And again, I'm going to boil this back down to just what you should be doing as the person, obviously focusing on the good in life and not really so much just sitting on all the negatives in life and you know, whatever, all that negativity. I can't do it. That's why I'm Optimist Fields in the first place. Anyways, let's get to this tweet here. We got Joe Calasari, and he goes, this is an important to remember or an important reminder when considering folks' ability to buy Bitcoin. The vast majority haven't saved sufficiently in the boring old safe investments. And he's got this chart here from CNBC. And look, I don't have a 401k, so I'm probably part of the statistics, but I do save in Bitcoin, and it's really about saving in any vehicle at this point because people don't save, or rather people can't save because of the fiat melting ice cubes that they find themselves in. Anyways, this chart here, it goes 401k balances in the US as of Q1 2023. And we got Gen Z here. The average is $7,100. The median is $2,500. So Gen Z has no savings in 401k. Maybe they have some cash savings, but I would venture to guess that they have basically no savings out there. They are living for experiences. They're going out partying. They are, getting their kicks on Route 66, as the boomers used to say, and then moving down. Millennials, the average has $44,900. The median is $15,500. That's absolutely insane. Again, millennials, we are the young adults in the world, and we have literally been or are the brokest generation yet until the Gen Zers. So shouts out to Gen Z. Anyways, the Gen Xers, on average, $145,500. The median, $44,000 in 401k savings. And boomers, $215,000 on average and $61,200 median savings in 401k. So what's all this mean? It means everyone is broke out there and no one is saving any money because of the incentives of the fiat system. It doesn't incentivize you to save. As the saying goes, and you'll hear this a lot on like money Twitter or money social media, where it's like you can't save yourself to riches. And while I definitely agree, you need a good savings vehicle, which of course is Bitcoin. This is what we tell you guys all the time. Fix the money, fix the world. And this is obviously angled more towards the person that maybe is a new Bitcoiner that doesn't fully understand. To you guys that have been around, you know these effects. Like Nico says, the only reason we know this is going to change not only countries and corporations and all the individuals out there is because it's done it for us. And we've seen how this has improved our financial situation, our savings. And again, I want to boil this back down to actionable advice. Like, what can you actually do as a normal person? And again, shouts out to my boy Nick Can't Mind, because he tweeted this a week ago, and I posted something similar on my Nostr, and I didn't even remember he posted this, but we're on the same wave. Shouts out to you, bro. Anyway, what's the actionable advice for you guys out there to improve your lot in life? And it's very simple, in my opinion. It's that roundabout way. Like, do you focus on all the negativity, or do you just try to build something for yourself? And I would say that building something for yourself, or as I like to say on a more spiritual sense, spreading the light is the best way moving forward, instead of exposing the darkness, as a lot of people like to do. Anyways, Nico, spend less than what you make. Stay solvent, save extra money or extra income in Bitcoin, take custody of these coins, earn extra income where you can, and live your life. This is the fundamental basics. This is the blueprint of what you need to be doing to better your situation. Or as I said, and I use the wisdom of my mother over here, and I'm on Snort Social or a Nostr application, Nostr platform. And I'm really enjoying Nostr recently. Twitter seems like a cesspool, so I'm kind of going over to Nostr more. And I just put this on my Nostr posts. This is literally wisdom that my mother's told me my whole life, and I'm starting to reflect on my mother's wisdom of like, wow, she really knew some things. Sorry for me being an asshole growing up. You were right, Mom. Anyways, this is, I swear, I heard this my whole life. But of course, in the fiat world, you get lost. And this is such simple advice. Speak clearly, dress well, get fit, eat good, save money, work hard, build relationships. Did you never listen to your money? It's so simple, guys. Make sure your cash flow is going up. Make sure your excess is going into Bitcoin. Take that Bitcoin into self-custody and go and live your life. Touch some grass, get outside, get fit, be worthy of the Bitcoin you're owning. This is what I think you are doing in real time. And if you're not doing this and you're wasting this time, I don't know what you're doing, because this is the blueprint. And of course, in the day-to-day grind, you don't realize that you're actually being a part of like a revolutionary behavior spirit. And it's very interesting that the counterculture now is literally the opposite. It's like, just save your money, eat good, get fit. And you can see in the beginning in the numbers how this framing is being framed as some kind of, alt-right phenomenon, when really, like, this is what humans have been doing for probably forever if they were healthy, aligned individuals with nature. And this is what it's all about. Fiat money has broken us away from natural law, from reality. And now it is snapping back down to base layer. And the only way you're going to protect yourself is by holding something that is obviously, that can't get debased, that is censorship resistant. As the world gets crazier, we're seeing that something that you can truly own is something that you want to double down on. What's the saying? Diversify your portfolios to stay rich, but go all in on something to become wealthy. Or I butchered it, but you know what I'm saying. Anyways, guys, it's really simple. Going back to Nick Campmine, spend less than what you make, stay solvent, save extra income in Bitcoin, take custody of these coins, earn extra income where you can, and live your life. This is the message, guys. I said it to Nico. I think it was yesterday. I was like, my goal here is I want to give you the tools so that you can not watch Simply Bitcoin. Obviously, we want you to watch because it helps us. We want the views up. We want you guys entertained and involved. But really, it's about getting the message, hanging up the phone, and go and live a good life and spread that signal, because you are an example of what is good in life. And I want you to live a good life. I'm doing my best to live the best life possible. And it's all because I've aligned myself with Bitcoin, with this message, with this philosophy in life. And I'm not the only one here. Neither is Nico. Neither is you guys in the chat. So shouts out to Seth Michael Steele here. And he goes, not going to lie, I stacked through the whole bear and stayed solvent like a true pleb. I had a strategy for accumulating and stuck to it. I attribute this to having a routine. My routine created a habit, and that habit keeps my conviction raging on. I can go the distance. And he goes, GIF here. My brain is better than everybody. Look, the point is, what is this breaking news? The point is, guys, the blueprint is simple. I can tell you how to do it, but the follow through is the hard part. It's like keeping a diet. Everyone knows how to keep a diet. You need to eat less, but in the day to day, is it easy? Like, no, you get cravings. You need discipline. You need perseverance. You need to have a goal and a reason and a purpose. And as I say all the time, once you know why you hodl, the hodl becomes easy. So again, oh my God, get your cash flows up, save in Bitcoin, build businesses, build your body into the ultimate version of yourself, because people are going to look towards you. Bitcoiners, in my opinion, are leaders in society, and we are ushering in a whole new economic paradigm. So, I again, maybe I'm preaching and I'm on my soapbox, and I sound like a street corner preacher here, or Saint Opti at what Jacob said, Saint Opti, youth pastor leader. But it's very simple, and it's amazing how few people understand what is going on. And I think that as a Bitcoiner, we have a very true understanding of the nature of the beast right now, of the great Leviathan, and it starts with the money. And you need to get yourself financially free so that you can be the person you want to be. Like, stop being the fiat slave. You need to opt out of this madness and build a parallel system, parallel behaviors, parallel habits, so that you can withstand this great reset that we're going through. I don't know. I think I ranted and I went off topic, but you already know the deal. Stack sats, stay humble, stay solvent, live good, touch grass, eat good, have relationships. And literally, business is nothing but relationships. Like, be a good person, guys. It's so simple. And of course, I'm a flawed human. I fail at times as well. But like, fall down 7, get up 8. This is what we're doing here. Just try to be the best person you can. I don't know. Maybe my mom will like this rant. I don't know.
Opti, I love
get her out of here.
I love you. Oh man, no, but dude, it's true, bro. It's once you adopt a Bitcoin standard, you start thinking long term, right? And once you start thinking long term rather than short term, it's about, getting your health right, eating right, planning for the future, not having to date central bankers to get close to the money spigot. Anyways, yeah, bro. Fucking, I loved it. Good stuff. That was like a Friday Opti.
We have a guest tomorrow, so
okay.
It's a Thursday rant today.
Okay, it's a Thursday rant. All right, everybody, let's get to the meme review.
The Daily Meme Review.
Brought to you by Kaboom Racks. I get this question all the time. Nico, where should I buy Bitcoin miners? The answer is Kaboom Racks. It's the best place to buy Bitcoin miners. That's where you're going to find the best deals and the best prices. Start your mining utopia today. To check out their racks, you got to go to t.me/Kaboom Racks. Join their Telegram group and start your mining journey today. Kaboom Racks.
Stop! Get her out of here! Wait, you guys are killing me in the chat today. Okay, all right. This is good. This is a good show. I like this. All right. Anyways, you already know the deal. This is the meme review where you tag us on Twitter at simplybitcointv, or you can tag my personal account at Optimus Fields, whatever floats your boat. But tag me in the meme so I can get your meme up here, or I can get your favorite memes up here. But of course, you can also drop them in our Telegram group, t.me/simplybitcoin. And as you can tell, we are in an information war. It's never been more important to propagate the memes, to propagate the truth, to propagate what you believe to be the ultimate signal right now, because a lot of people are out there and they're feeling the pain, guys, but they just don't know the solution. And even when you tell them the solution, they're going to fight you. So just be humble, be tactful, but stand strong in your convictions, because we are right. And, we will be the not so humble versions of us soon and say, I told you so. Anyways, tweets are the bullets. I was going to say tweets are the mullets. Tweets are the bullets. Memes are the artillery. Continue to spread the signal. Continue to spread the truth. We are in an information war, and the powers that be have $1 trillion to continue to psyop the masses, but we have truth on our side. Anyways, first meme is by my boy Apex, aka Melandrox7 on Twitter. And he goes, here for longer until morale improves. And what is he showing? I'm sure you guys have all seen this. This is the Wall Street cheat sheet psychology of a market cycle. But again, this is like a zeitgeist of the moment. And if you've never seen this chart, this is basically what you see on the price chart as things move forward. There's disbelief, there's hope, there's optimism, there's belief, there's thrill, there's euphoria as the price goes up. Then there's complacency, anxiety, denial, panic, capitulation, and anger as the price goes down and starts to crab market. And then there's depression and disbelief. Well, Apex goes, we're going to be here for a longer until morale improves. And it's anger. Who shorted the market? Why did the government allow this to happen? What is going on? F you. You suck. You're not a real Bitcoiner. Oh, man. Just love to see it. Yes. You got to sometimes make light of the situation while you're going through it. What's the saying? Cry now, laugh now, cry later. You guys know. Psychology is a hell of a thing. Anyways, this next one is...
make you smile up, Pete.
Shut up. Get her out of here. How'd I know you brought her up? Okay, this next meme is by Ding Dong 3001, and he just goes stack harder. And I think this might be an old meme. I feel like I've seen this one before, but I grew up surfing. I grew up the ocean. I'm missing the ocean. I feel like SpongeBob in Sandy Cheeks bubble, like water, I need water. Anyways, we got a surfer here, and he's looking at this huge wave, and it's crashing right on the shore, and it goes, be ready, stack sats, because it is coming, guys. The rocket ship is coming. Anyways, you know me. Anytime I see Beauty on put a tweet up that it's a meme, I got to bring it on here. And this is kind of what I said in the culture, and this is kind of what we said in the beginning of the show as well. And he just goes all cap Bitcoin. And then there's a picture here of a plaque or, a sign. And it goes, I can explain it to you. I can explain Bitcoin to you, but I can't make you understand Bitcoin. But he goes, I can explain it to you, but I can't understand it for you. We can tell you all the Bitcoin signal, but I can't force the understanding of why we Bitcoin on you. It's obviously a personal thing. And this is why I'm kind of learning and growing and maturing and being like, have some tact out there. Understand that you are talking to a brick wall, but you need to say it anyways. Okay. This next meme is by Maxie's Club. And this is a play on the Steven Crowder, sitting there and pissing off people with his mug and change my mind meme. But we have a bull here, and he's sitting there with his good morning mug and a green candle on the table, and it goes, Bitcoin has been in a bull market since 2009. Change my mind. This is the way. Okay, this next one, this is attributed to the Bitcoin conference, but it's really our boy, the Bitcoin therapist, aka the BTC therapist on Twitter. And he goes, but the reason I really brought this one on, it's not so much about the meme, because you can see here, we have Jay Powell over here and all these people in line for more dollars and the Cantillon effect, and they're printing more dollars and giving it to their friends. And then they're invested in their friend's stock, and then their money goes up and they get richer and we get poorer because they have debased our currency. And then we have Satoshi, aka Dorian Nakamoto, over here with the Bitcoin logo. And we have a Bitcoin sign guy and some Bitcoin chads, and we have El Salvador and Yellow. Wow, I didn't see Yellow. And the little hodler and some more laser eyes. And then you who work at McDonald's, shouts out to you, and Infinity over 21 million. But really, I like the quote here. Of course, you guys know I'm a philosopher by trade, no longer a philosopher really, but it's a quote to Aristotle, and it goes, choice, not chance, determines your destiny. And I wanted to bring this one up because of the culture. The choices you make today have ripples into the future. So really audit your choices, guys. You know, consider yourself lucky, but make the right choice. Do not get into the victim mentality. Your choices make up your destiny, guys. This is very simple. Anyways, this next meme is by BitArt with like, I think it's 3 underscores on Twitter at BitArt ____. And it goes hashtag Bitcoin. And we got a meme here of Morpheus walking, and it goes, when someone asks why I stopped talking about Bitcoin to friends and family, and Morpheus goes, most of these people are not ready to be unplugged. I think there's a theme here, guys. I don't know. Maybe it just kind of exposed itself in real time. Anyways, this next meme was in our Telegram group, and it was Belong Must in our Telegram group. Shouts out to you, bro. And you know me, I absolutely love Thomas Sowell. I think he's one of the best economists. Go watch him on YouTube, guys. Get your mind right and listen to some Thomas Sowell. Anyways, you got a quote here, and it goes, what is your fair share of what someone else has worked for? Just absolute bars. So simple, so succinct, and yet people will still get mad at a simple tweet like that, simple quote like that. Anyways, my meme review score, actually drop yours over there, the other side of Nico. Yeah, see, it's mirrored. It's mirrored on that side, and we will cover it live. Okay, mine is this remote. I have this color changing LED light because you know I like putting colors and vibes in my room sometimes at night, and yeah, I got multiple colors here.
All right, my meme score is Opti. If Chrissy doesn't buy ribeye, I will buy you ribeye. If you go on a date with me.
Hey, I'm okay with a sugar daddy.
Look at me, Opti.
Get it away. Get it off the screen. Okay. All right.
Man.
Let's see. Do we have... Okay. What? Oh, dude, I'm getting torn up in the chat today. Oh, man. Okay. All right. It is what it is. Oh, also, Nico, Elaine really wants some music. Daft, I know you're in the chat. We need some music.
No, that's dark.
Dude, they like dark. It's like oh, it's back. Okay.
Every day walking with Christ, I give the memes my 24 words in perfect order till all my Bitcoin remaining on my Ledger Nano S.
Wait, I think
wait. Hold on.
I think he said he dropped his Ledger yesterday. Like he changed.
There we go. More appropriate. All right, next one.
Dude, War of the Worlds. I like this. Keep going. Go.
I give the memes Opti's call Chrissy mommy.
No.
Next one. All right, P-Man Van. I give the memes a Bukele style cleanup on the IMF little diaper would look good on Karsten's.
Oh my God, Joe, you guys are crazy.
Elaine, as banks are forced to admit they are thieves and have no funds, people reject their fiat CBDCs and Bitcoin take over and the world heals.
I agree. I really do believe that if people are given the fair choice, they will obviously choose Bitcoin over CBDCs.
DJ Ronan, meme score, some horseradish sauce for Opti and Chrissy's makeup. The porterhouse isn't worth the extra sats.
Oh, man. Oh, man. I love horseradish sauce. That's delicious.
Igor, I give the meme Souls Photography Exhibition. Very, very nice. Very, very, very nice. Planet Earth, I give the memes a block for liking them. IYKYK. Apollo, I give the memes an ammo box. Carnivore Bar Edition.
Oh, okay. Did you get one? Let's go.
Victor Salazar, fructose syrup daddy for Opti. Okay. Very, very nice.
Yo.
Very, very nice.
Wait.
Marco, I'll see you tonight at the Swan Salon in Miami. But yeah, man. Oh yeah, the buzzer. It's the buzzer. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed the show, you know what to do. Smash that like button. Consider subscribing if you feel like we provided you value. But the number one thing you could do to help push the peaceful Bitcoin revolution is share this content. In fact, share all Bitcoin content. Smash the like button. Comment down below. Share this video with your family and friends. I'm your host, Nico. This is my co-host, Opti. We will be back tomorrow, 12:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for another episode of Simply Bitcoin Live. Peace out, y'all.